Are you thinking about quitting your job and going all in on real estate? I get it. You're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. You haven't gotten a raise. Things are more expensive. You're wondering how the hell you're going to get out of this trap. There's not even enough time for you to think about investing in real estate or doing anything different. There's no other jobs that are going to pay you more. You're stressed out. You don't have time for yourself. You're living every day over and over and over again, and you want a way out. Well, I was in corporate for 15 years and I quit after finally being fed up and realizing that there was no other way out than to just start investing in real estate, create wealth for myself. And today I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it strategically so that you can make the most amount of money and create the lowest amount of risk for yourself. There is a specific way and a specific strategy to quitting your job so that you can make more money and you can make it easier on yourself and still maintain all of your relationships at work. When I was working in corporate, I was totally burned out. I was doing everything for everybody else and giving every single ounce of energy I had to the job. I was spending more time at work with people that I didn't even really like versus spending time at home with my wife or being outdoors, enjoying the things that I used to love. I realized that I had been drinking way too much, I wasn't going to the gym, I wasn't eating right, and I was completely burned out. I was building something for other people and I wasn't getting rewarded for it. I didn't have any equity, I didn't have any ownership. The only way to make more money was to try to go into promotions, but it was a job that I didn't even really want to take. I desired a life where I could travel all the time, I could do what I want with who I want whenever I want, and that's exactly what I want for you. I'm going to tell you exactly how I quit my job while transitioning to a full-time real estate investor. I started out by renting my spare bedroom out in my house with strangers to now having a portfolio of over $13 million in real estate. It took some time, but I did it exactly this way through quitting my job and transitioning into a full-time real estate investor. The first step that you're gonna take is you're gonna monetize your job. You're gonna look at your job as a path to freedom. Your job is your leverage, which means you need to monetize the hell out of it. Meaning, go get as much money out of that business and out of that company as possible while adding value back in. When you add more value, you get more out. So I know we just talked about quitting your job, but what you want to do first is you actually want to skill stack. You want to go improve all of your skills so that you can earn more money at your job. That means that you're going to get promotions easier, you're going to be a better employee, and you're going to make more money overall at your job. And all that money is going to be funneled into saving and buying real estate. The skills that you're going to want to build are in the high income areas of the company. That means sales, engineering, IT, leadership, finance. If you can get better at one or more of these areas, that will put you in a position where they have bigger budgets to go pay you more. If you're stuck in a lower level position in an area of the company that doesn't have a big budget, you're not going to get paid more. So your first goal to quit your job is actually to go build your skills and your high income skills to go earn more and potentially get a promotion or a different job in a different part of the company so you can take all that money and go buy as much real estate with that money as possible. Your job is now a vehicle for investing. Your job is not to pay for your expenses. Your job is to go buy real estate. Your job is a wealth building tool. Your mindset needs to be, I need to get better at my job. I need to build my skills. I need to get promotions and I need to take all that money and go buy real estate. And the sooner that you do that, the sooner that you're going to make more money and buy more real estate. To further monetize your job, you're also going to want to create a niche for yourself. You want to get so good at one particular thing that you are the person surrounding that one thing. Go create a role or go create a product or go create something or go improve something so much that you become known for that thing. In my previous career, I got really well known for being really great at one particular thing. I was in engineering and IT, and I got really good at working with the operations team and building software for the operations team. That was a unique skill that not a lot of people had because they couldn't communicate with the different groups. I could do that. I created a niche for myself that ultimately allowed me to stay longer, make more money, get promotions, and get paid more. When you create a niche for yourself, you are creating a dependence on you from the company. That may sound unethical, but really, if you're extremely good at one thing and that one thing makes the company a lot of money, they're going to want to keep you around longer. They're going to look at you and say, this person is really good at what they do. We need to keep them around. We need to give them more money. We need to give them bonuses. We need to give them raises. We need to give them promotions. So you creating a niche for yourself, and if that niche can make the company more money, they're going to want to keep you around longer, and it's going to benefit you as well. Do you see how adding value into your environment actually will bring value back to you? Okay, the next step in being able to quit your job and become a full-time professional in real estate is create your personal brand LLC. This is a company that you're going to create as soon as you decide that you're going to go on the path to quitting your job. You want an LLC with a business bank account as soon as possible, and you're going to take all your extra income and all your expenses related to finding and buying real estate are going to run through that LLC. The reason you want that is because in the future, lenders will want you to have at least 2 years of experience in your industry. They will want 2 years of tax returns. The sooner that you create a personal brand LLC and start bringing in money and claiming expenses, the easier it will be for you to get lending in the future. The other thing that this personal brand LLC does is it allows you to take tax write-offs while you're searching for real estate, while you're creating a business around real estate. So if you're using your cell phone, if you're using your laptop, if you're using your home office, anything that you can deduct legally that is for the purpose of finding and buying real estate and making money in real estate, use that personal brand LLC. In the future, you will funnel all of your additional income, whether it's rental income from the real estate, or maybe you create a service company where you are now consulting or coaching or doing something. All that money should go through that real estate. And then you're allowed to take write-offs and eventually pay yourself through that personal brand LLC. There's so many advantages to do this, and I know you may not understand fully right now, but the sooner that you do this, the easier it will be in the future for you to quit your job, buy real estate, and make more money. You're not going to actually own the real estate in this particular LLC. That will be a separate company. But this LLC may manage the real estate, or they may coach and consult, or they might manage other properties, or you might even become a contractor or a consultant back to your original W-2 job. You may find that you can quit your job and then contract back to that job through this LLC. That's exactly what I did. I was able to triple my rate by becoming a freelance consultant with my old employer. So I tripled my income, and I paid $0 in taxes on that income because I had the separate LLC and I was buying real estate. So I was making way more money and paying $0 in taxes and buying real estate. The next step on your path to quitting your job is you want to buy back your time. We've all heard this. We've all heard it from Dan Martell. His book, Buy Back Your Time, is for entrepreneurs, but actually, I think the most valuable thing you can do, even if you're not an entrepreneur, is buy back your time from cooking, cleaning, washing cars, chores around the house, anything that you're doing in your personal life, like cooking and cleaning and washing your cars, you should delegate out and pay someone to do. I know you want to put all of your money into buying real estate, but like the first thing I mentioned, you want to leverage your job as much as possible to increase your income so that you can buy real estate. All your energy should be put into improving your skills and buying real estate. You should not be cooking, you should not be cleaning, you should not be washing your cars, you should not be mowing the lawn. I want you to find people like a meal prepper, a housekeeper, or a house manager and pay them to do all of that stuff for you. It might feel like a lot to do, but actually it will free up your time and your energy so you can be more present at work, more present with the real estate, more present with your spouse or your kids, and you're not doing things that you don't enjoy doing. I challenge you to tell me that you like cooking, cleaning, doing the laundry, and washing your cars every single day and every single week. Getting a meal prepper is the number one most life-changing thing I've done to free up my time and my energy. And it's not as expensive as you think it is. So I want you to be looking for all areas where you can buy back your time and only focus on improving your skills and getting promotions at work, and then also buying as much real estate as you possibly can. When you start buying back your time, you need to fill it with things that are gonna do two things. They're gonna create more revenue for you, and they're gonna give you more energy. So those are going to be things like adding more value at work so you can get promotions and more money and bonuses. Also buying real estate and increasing your net worth and increasing cash flow. And then other things that build your energy up, like working out, exercising, getting outside, spending time with the family, making sure that you're creating a balanced life for yourself. Because the next step in being able to quit your job is reducing your expenses. You're gonna have to delay some gratification and reduce your overall expenses so that you can buy your first rental property. I want you to get into a property as soon as possible, and that means you're gonna have to sacrifice for a little bit so that you can, number one, qualify for a property. You're likely gonna get a conventional loan. They're gonna wanna see as little a debt as possible. They wanna see high income, low debt, and they wanna see that you make a lot of money for a long period of time. I want you to reduce your expenses, but I don't want you to sacrifice your life. The reason that you need to delay gratification is because the first property is so important for you to get into. And when you're good at reducing your expenses in the beginning, it'll allow you to de-risk the property. It'll give you more confidence that you can buy an investment property, run it, and make money off it without worrying about whether you're gonna have to pay the mortgage or not. Then the first property buys the second property buys the third property. And at that point, you can start to think about increasing your expenses and living the life that you want. But realistically, it does take about 3 years before you can start really living the life that you want. You buy the first property buys the next, and the next property buys the next. I truly believe that you can buy 2 to 3 investment properties within the first 12 to 24 months of you watching this video. You can quit your job in the next 12 to 24 months and have enough cash flow with real estate if you start today. So the final step to quitting your job is actually quitting, exiting strategically. You have increased your income at the job, you've created a niche, you have bought a bunch of real estate that is now cash flowing. When do you quit? You quit when you are making anywhere from 60 to 80% of your gross income in cash flow from the properties. Or you at least have a path to being able to do that relatively easy. You've got your personal brand LLC that's now making money. You've got your W-2 job that's been making you money. You can cash out your 401k if that's what you want to do. But the other thing that you can do leading up to being able to exit strategically from your job is start to wean the company off of you. You want them to feel less dependent on you. So I know you created a niche for yourself and created dependency, but now what you're gonna do in the lead up to you quitting, you're gonna wanna automate and delegate as much as you can to other people or systems or technology so that your job becomes easier and more autonomous. Then you wanna also train your replacement. That person may or may not already be hired or in the company, but you want to train your replacement. Find an intern, find a junior employee, find the next person that you believe will take your position and start teaching people stuff. Hold trainings, hold webinars. They'll just see you as being a great employee. And then once they find out that you're leaving, you're gonna leave them with such goodwill and everything will be running so much smoother by the time that you leave. The other thing that you can do to reduce the dependency on you is negotiate work from home days if you don't already work remotely. So the less visible you are at work, and again, this might sound unethical, but the less visible you are at work while still performing well, the less dependent they'll feel on you. So if you can get Fridays work from home or Mondays and Fridays work from home and start to reduce your visibility at work, but increase your communication, that's gonna help them feel like you're really good at your job, you're getting your work done, but they don't see you as much. So now in their minds, you don't need to be in the office. They're already feeling what it's like without you. And in the final months leading up to you exiting your job, I would have anywhere from 6 to 12 months of expenses saved up or more than that so that you can continue to buy real estate without needing all the rental income. If you own property, you'll also want to look at getting lines of credit, HELOCs, do any cash out refinances, or buy any properties before you leave your job. It's so much easier to get lending and get credit while you have a solid W-2 job. So do any refinances, any lines of credit, any HELOCs, anything that requires credit checks and paycheck verification, do all of that before you leave your job so that you're in the best financial position after leaving your job. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna transfer all of your 401k into a self-directed IRA. That self-directed IRA will sit, that can be your reserves, that can be your down payments, that can be your furnishing budget. Use your self-directed IRA in the future to invest in real estate. I've got another video where I talk more in depth about this, but it's how I bought my first 3 rental properties, is by cashing out my 401k strategically after quitting my job. So there it is. That is the best way to quit your job and transition into a full-time real estate investor. This is exactly how I did it. And if you follow these steps, you will be living a life of true freedom sooner than you think. I am so invested in your journey and what you're doing. I want to see all your progress. I want to know the date that you're quitting your job. I want to see the real estate that you're buying. So please DM me on Instagram. I'm at Kassidy.Warren. I want to be involved in your journey. I want to see it. I'm here to share everything with you so that you can live the life that you've always wanted to live and not be stuck in a career for the rest of your life. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be releasing more videos about how to quit your job, how to invest in real estate, how to get wealthy. Appreciate you. Peace.